This video covers the following topics. Then I will give the introduction of data communication and its fundamentals like what is data communication, and what is the characteristics of data communication, what are the elements used in data communication and its components, etc. Then I will define what is networks and what is the protocol and what are the standards used in networking. So all these topics covered in this video. Next, let us come to the first topic, that is data communication. Here, the word data communication is the combination of data and communication. So, what is communication? Communication is a process of exchanging information from one point to another point, that is called communication. If this communication in the form of data or bit, so this is called data communication. Or we can say that data communication is exchanging of data or information in case of computer network. This exchange is done between two devices over a transmission media. So the process of data communication involved both hardware and software. The hardware specifies sender, receiver, and a transmission media by which the data can pass. The software includes a set of rules which specifies what data to be transmitted, how is to be transmitted, and when is to be transmitted. So, with the help of both software and hardware, all the information can transmitted from one point to another point in the world. Okay, so this is called data communication. Next, we move on to the next topic, component of data communication. So, data communication system has 5 major components: message, sender, receiver, transmission media, and protocol. So, these are the 5 major components of data communication. So, message. What is a message? Message is any form of information that can be transmitted between sender and receiver. A message can be of any kind of information like audio, video, text, etc. Sender is any device that has a capability to send data or information to the receiver. Receiver is a device that the sender wants to communicate the data or information. Transmission media. It is a path by which the data or information can travel from sender to receiver. There are two types of transmission media, wired and wireless media. The examples of wired media are coaxial cable, copper wire, etc. The examples of wireless media are Bluetooth, mobile communication devices, and microwave wires, etc. Okay, the last component is protocol. So this is a very important component. So what is a protocol? Protocol is a set of rules or regulations that governs the data communication. Or we can say that protocol is simply a set of rules. Okay, so protocol is very important. Without protocol, data communication is not possible. The next topic is characteristics of data communication. The effectiveness of any data communication must depend upon the following characteristic. First is delivery. Data should be delivered to the correct destination or correct user. Accuracy. The communication system must deliver the data to the destination without introducing any error. This is called accuracy. Third, timeliness. The audio or video data has to be delivered to the correct destination in a timely manner without any delay. Next is jitter. Jitter means variation in packet. Uneven jitter may affect the timeliness of the data to be delivered. So these are the major characteristics of data communication. Now data representation. Data is transmitted in the form of text, numbers, images, audio, and video. Text include combination of alphabets in both upper and lower cases. Next, number. Number is a combination of digits from 0 to 9. Third one is image. Image is worth of 1000 words. In computer, image is digitally stored in the form of pixels. Image is of any types like color image, black and white image, gray image, file image, etc. Okay, so each pixel require a different weight to represent a value. So the quality of image is depends upon the number of pixels in the image. Next, audio. Here the audio data, which means it includes the recorded voice of data. Okay, so the sender can send the recorded voice to the receiver. Next data representation is video. So video means the data is in the form of pictures. So these are the some of the data representation used in network. Next, data flow. Transmission mode defines how the device can communicate with each other, or it defines the data flow between the sender and the receiver across the network. Okay, so in transmission mode we have a three types: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. So the transmission mode is also known as directional mode, which defines the direction of data between the sender and receiver. Next, this picture depicts the three types of transmission mode. The first one is simplex mode. So with this picture, we can easily understand that simplex mode is a unidirectional transmission mode. That is, the sender can transmit the data to the receiver, but the reverse is not possible. The best example of simplex mode is radio. Okay, so we can only hear the message from the radio. We cannot reply. Okay, so in our computer world, here the CPU sends the data to the monitor to display the data, but the reverse is not possible. So simplex mode is a unidirectional by which we can send the data in only one direction. Half duplex. Here the two devices can send the data but not at the same time. For example, the sender can send the data to the receiver. After that, the receiver sends the reply. Okay, but not at the same time. The best example of half duplex is walkie-talkie. The third type of transmission mode is full duplex. Okay, here the sender and the receiver can communicate with each other simultaneously. Okay, so the best example of full duplex is mobile communication. So these are the three types of transmission mode which we used in our computer. Okay, so the next is computer network. Here I will give you the simple definition for computer network. So it can be defined as a collection of nodes. So what is a node? It can be any device capable of transmitting or receiving data. Okay, so all the computer network must communicate the message across the network. Okay, so the computer network should connected with the communication link, that is wires. So the network should ensure reliability, security, and performance. So these three things are must achieved in computer network. Okay, so the next topic is categories of network. There are three types of network, that is the LAN, local area network, WAN, wide area network, the last one MAN, metropolitan area network. Okay, here I will give brief introduction of these topics. The first, local area network. So local area network, it is a very smaller network. It covers only a small geographical area. It is limited to few kilometers only. For examples of local area network is a network connected within the schools, office, buildings, etc. Okay, so the next one is the wide area network. So wide area network spans a large geographical area. It covers the entire state or country. Okay, the next one is the metropolitan area network, that is MAN network. So the MAN net lies between the LAN and WAN, which means MAN covers the larger area than of the local area network, but very smaller area than of the when compared to the wide area network. So the metropolitan area network is used to connect the entire city. Examples of metropolitan area network is cable TV network. So these are the three categories of network which will be used in our syllabus. Okay, so the next topic is protocol. So we are familiar with the protocol. So protocol is defined as a set of rules that governs data communication. So a protocol defines what is to be communicated, how it is to be communicated, and when is to be communicated. So for successful communication, the sender and the receiver must agree the certain rules, which is called a protocol. So what are the elements of protocol? The protocol covers the three elements, that is syntax, semantics, and timing. Here, syntax defines the structure or format of data to be transmitted. Semantics defines the meaning of each bit in the data. It defines the data interpretation. Okay, so with the help of the semantics, the device can take the decisions. The third element is timing. So timing defines the richness of the data between the sender and receiver. So syntax, semantics, and timing, these are the three elements of a protocol that are used in the network. The next topic is standard. So the concept of standard, it includes the guidelines to protect manufacturers and vendors to ensure national and international connectivity. So very simple, standard defines the connectivity between the sender and receiver that are to be agreed by any company. Okay, so there are two types of categories. The first one is the de facto standard, next one is de jure standard. So these are the very important topic, you frequently asked in 2 mark questions. Okay, first one is de facto standard. These are the traditionally standard that are used by the computer network today, but de facto standard are not supported by any organization. Okay, but these standards are adapted and widely used. So the next standard is de jure standard. It is standardized by rules, regulations, and laws, and these standards are legalistic and approved by official body. So these are the two important standards. So the next topic is the standard organizations in the field of networking. Network standards are created by any committee, forums, and a government regulatory agency. Here I will give you 5 examples of network standards. First one is ISO, International Organization for Standardization. Second one, ITU-T, International Telecommunication Union and Telecommunication Standard. Third one, ANSI, American National Standards Institute. Fourth one, IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronical Engineering, EIA, Electronics and Industries Associate. Thank you, students.